Wherever High King Emmerich is, I'm sure he'll be cheered by the thought that the Duchess's wine and minstrels aren't going to waste.
I don't believe we've met. John Monard, a pleasure. My family is in shipping. We import goods from the mainland and send wares from the archipelago to markets in Tamriel. You're the investigator working with Lady Arabelle, aren't you? The Duchess explained everything to the court just before you arrived. If Lady Arabelle had consulted us, things would be different. We know what hazards await careless captains making the approach to High Isle. Her ships were simply unprepared. Don't tell me you buy into this Ascendant Order nonsense. A shadowy order of knights working to undermine the governments all across Tamriel? It's a ruse, my friend. A convenient fiction to protect the flawless name of House Dufort. Oh. Alea gained her station by currying favor in High Rock. Then she made a show of backing Lord Baccaro's steadfast society. But ruining the peace talks and getting heads of state killed? Blame must be placed. And she'd never fall on that sword herself. My family ruled the archipelago for generations, but the Duforts were never happy in our shadow. They spent years poisoning the court against us. And when my uncle Avreep quietly supported King Rancer a few years back, it paid off for them. The High King stripped my uncle of the ducal title and gave it to the Duforts. It was an outrage, really. We took no part in Rancer's war. Well, at least the Duforts didn't get everything they wanted. We kept most of our holdings, and it eats at them. Goodness, no. That honor falls to my cousin Leonard, and he can have it. I wouldn't want the responsibility. No, I'm content managing our affairs here on High Isle. I leave the larger concerns of the business and house to my cousin, the Count. All may not be lost, despite the ineptitude of House Dufort. If pirates kidnap the royals, they'll seek a ransom rather than kill them. Most likely.
Lord Baccaro has arrived, Duchess. He brought that Lady Arabelle with him. You're working with that would-be investigator. I can't imagine what you think you'll find here. You should be out beating the bushes for those bandit knights or scouring the back alleys of Gonfalon Bay. You'll find plenty of criminals there. Had being the operative word. Clearly her best days are behind her. I cannot fathom her methods. The delegates are lost, so what's the point of distressing the Duchess's guests with incessant questions? Besides, we have the situation well in hand. I have instructed our house knights to question known malcontents all over the island and offer hefty sums of gold for information. Criminals are quick to turn on their own for a small handout. This so-called Ascendant Order can't hide forever.
Such a waste. I have little patience for the vanity of our noble houses on the best of days. Right now, I'm sure we all have better things we could be doing. I suspect you agree. You're the one assisting Lord Bacaro and Lady Arabelle, aren't you? I try to keep up on matters of state, but I confess, Alea told us all about you. I am Count de Mard, the Duchess's brother and court mage of House Dufort. Tell me, has your investigation uncovered news regarding a sudden storm that appeared recently? A hypothesis that matches my own. While my sister chases bandit knights across the countryside, I wonder about the druids who make the wild parts of High Isle their home. They have little love for civilized culture. They could be responsible. I don't think that storm was natural. The druids wield old magics and consort with spirits. It is well within their abilities to summon such a tempest. They mostly keep to themselves, but I suspect a ruse. Those are your culprits, mark my words. Magic is the legacy and heritage of the Breton people. Oh, I spent my time mastering the sword and knightly pursuits in my youth, but I believe that a true Breton must study both halves of our nature, and perhaps the ways of the druids, too. We Bretons trace our ancestry to Needs and Elves who intermingled during the early history of High Rock. Therefore, spellcraft is in our blood, and we all at least have some talent with magic. I find the subject fascinating and decided to embrace it. No. Some have forgotten our traditions. Were it not for my talent, I doubt my sister would bother with a court mage. She sends me to look after Dufort interests in ports across Tamriel, rather than making full use of my arcane skills. A pity.
Welcome to Castle Navir. You're Lady Arabelle's assistant, yes? Then you know these festivities are only for appearance's sake. Our guests of honor have yet to be found. Rest assured, I intend to bring the radicals behind this plot to justice. I'm aware of most things that happen on my isle. It's true we didn't connect reports of mysterious knights to the Ascendant Order until recently, but now that we know they are one and the same, we'll quickly bring them to heel. I suggest that you and Lady Arabelle leave this matter in our hands. My knights have already pinpointed several sites where the Ascendant Order gathers. They are scouring High Isle for our missing guests even as we speak. Which is why I prefer to handle this discreetly. I suspect House Mornard is behind this. They profit greatly from the war, and they still hold a grudge against my house for overshadowing their own. Frankly, I put nothing past them. One should be careful when talking about one's neighbors. Still, Count Mornard's dislike of my family is well known. Years ago, his father backed King Ronsar of Shornhelm in his dispute with High King Emmerich. Emmerich did not forget it. He punished Avric Mornard by stripping him of his ducal title and granting it to my father instead. The Mornards remain counts, with holdings and estates throughout the Isles. But the Duforts are now the Dukes of the Sisters. My family builds ships. Our shipyards construct the finest vessels to ply the western seas. In reward for our service, High King Emmerich granted us the Duchy of Sisters. We rule with care and compassion for all, even the Mornards.
Might I offer you a refreshment, friend? Didn't think I'd miss this little soiree, did you? Listen, I have it on good authority from a very accommodating chambermaid, in fact, that the Duchess has been looking into the Ascendant Order on her own. Well, I've got a plan. Not Jakarn, waiter Fred. I'm in disguise. I told you about the chambermaid, right? She's one of the Duchess's personal assistants. Well, she told me where the Duchess keeps her sensitive documents, among other unmentionable items. Nobles and the upper staff never pay attention to the common help. I easily filched a key from that stuck-up steward Hercian. While I cause a distraction, you go take a look. Duchess Alea has a private study somewhere beyond the northeast door. I'll lure the guards away from the doors, but I'll need your help. Talk to one of the musicians and ask them to play the tune Stagger and Sway. It's an old favorite of mine. I'll take care of the rest. Trust me, it'll work. We just need to buy you enough time to get into the lower castle without the guards noticing. Once you're inside, the rest will be up to you. Remember, the song I want you to request is Stagger and Sway. It's a classic.
Have you felt the tremors over the last few days? The volcano on Ifalon is waking up. I can't understand why the locals haven't done something about that.
Something you need, friend? I don't really take requests. Duchess Alea provided a list of approved songs she wanted performed. That one definitely isn't one of them. Not that she would notice. I don't think anyone is really listening to the music. It's good to see that someone appreciates the arts. All right then, you'll have your song.
Lords and ladies of the court, I dedicate this song and dance to the most buxom, curvaceous, voluptuous of all royals, Duchess Alea.
You get down from there at once! Stop this nonsense!
rebellion begins today. Join us, or be swept aside. Storm and fire will bring down the old regime. Lightning and lava will herald in a new age. And you will find a place in the new regime. Stand against us, and you will be brought to your knees.
Oh good, you're all right. It seems our adversaries decided to send a message to all those in attendance. Submit or die. A classic. Did you uncover anything useful before the Ascendant Magus made his entrance? I see. Clearly Duchess Alea's investigation hasn't gotten very far. Perhaps we can make better use of the leads she's been developing. But we have little time to waste. The Ascendant Magus demonstrated real power. Did you notice how the ground shook when he unleashed his storm? That's not a magic I've seen before. Somehow his storm magic is causing earthquakes. At least he hasn't recovered the Alliance leaders yet. We still have time. Because the Ascendant Magus has made a show of wanting us to fear him. Why would he care if he had what he wanted and couldn't be stopped? No, the royals elude him, somehow. But his magic, I wonder... Among the other problems plaguing High Isle, lava vents have begun to open in random locations. Between the ground shaking and the storms, could the Magus have stirred the volcano? Let's return to my manor so we can study these items more closely. Lord Bacaro, it may not be safe to return to Steadfast Manor.
Nonsense. I refuse to hide from these cretins. I'll double my guard, but they won't drive me from my home.
Very well. I'll check in with you later. Jakan, let's go. And put on a shirt, my dear.
can't believe you drank our entire stock.
May, where's your proof? Just because I woke up in a pile of bottles doesn't mean I'm guilty. Those could have been gotten there in any number of ways.
The Colossus!
These tremors grow more powerful. I heard that volcanic fissures are bursting open across the Isles.
First the storm, now this? It must be the work of the Ascendant Order.
You give them too much credit. An earthquake destroyed the Gonfalon Colossus.
Yes, an Ascendant Earthquake! Trust Zaji, he knows.
I have visited High Isle several times over the years. Never have I seen the ground so restless. It is alarming. Could Zaji be right? Could the Ascendant Order be causing these tremors and eruptions? Storm and fire. I am troubled. If the Ascendant Magus can use powerful storm magic against his enemies, does he also command the tremors and volcanic fissures? It is maddening to even contemplate. Oh, Zaji is right to worry then. The loss of a monument might be the least of our concerns if the Ascendant Order can rouse the volcano. Lady Arabelle is inside, friend. Perhaps she'll know what to do.
Was it too much to hope that one of High Isle's nobles would openly admit their guilt? Ah, well. At least we can rule out Duchess Alea. Her notes make it clear she was caught off guard by the attack on the delegates' ships. And this map. Interesting. If this map really points to sites important to the Ascendant Order, then it's our best lead so far. Here, my dear, take this with my thanks. With your continued help, we'll find the royals and discover who's behind the Order before long. We must. The map you acquired provides a number of leads that might help us find High King Emmerich, Queen Irene, and Prince Ernskar. As the line from the Investigator Vale books reads, There's always another mystery. Let's get to it, my dear. One is clearly the Dufort shipyards, where the house constructs new vessels. Another is near Stonelaw Grove, home to a circle of friendly druids. The third appears to be a cave near Tor Draeak. A strange set of disparate locations indeed. I'll leave that to you. Investigate all three and report back here. I'll send Jakan to the docks, Captain Colleen to the cave, and Valencia to the grove. Rendezvous with them at each location and see what you can uncover about our rogue knights. We don't know what the Ascendant Order is doing out there, but hopefully something at one of those locations will lead us to our missing royals. But do be careful. I'd hate to see such a capable agent get hurt while assisting me. I did. I arrived just in time to see part of it collapse. As much as it saddens me to see the proud Baron Admiral fall, we have more pressing problems to deal with. I'll mourn the Colossus of Gonfalon Bay, after the Alliance leaders are safe. A review of the evidence. Excellent idea. Lord Bacaro is sponsoring peace talks here on High Isle, but the ships carrying High King Emmerich, Queen Irene, and Prince Ernskar never arrived. We suspect the Ascendant Order is somehow responsible. An excellent deduction. They also noticed that the Ascendant Magus and Lord spoke with the accents of Breton nobility. We believe a High Isle noble is funding this band of rogue knights. Then you recover this map from Castle Navir. Precisely. Since we also know that the Ascendant Order is still looking for the missing royals, we'll use them to point us in the right direction. Investigate the 3 sites on the map and learn everything you can, my dear. Leave no stone unturned.